Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? 125. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check, 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 check. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
There's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And it's 3rd down. Ready? Move ready. Like 10, like 10. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Jameis to throw it. He's got Evans. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Ready? Black 22. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Delay of game penalty. Ships him back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun. Winston. Open man has got one. It's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A first down and then some. 36 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Now Jones. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards, that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm scared. Tighten up, tighten up. Don't take.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
On 2nd down now, it's Cohen. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Switch it, kid, switch it. Tight dog, tight dog.
1st down, a run with Cohen. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
53's mine. Check, 53's mine. There we go.
On 2nd down, Whittington, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Check 43. Check 31. Check 31.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. This is Cohen. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football.
Oh, Cohen lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, 77 yards. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 27 yards there, a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now they'll run it with Cohen. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go now. Touchdown. Number 53. Check.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And they'll try for it here on 4th. Bridgewater and company stay out there.
Hey, let's get there. Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. You run. Mike, 53.
Now Bridgewater on 4th down. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
2nd and 5 at the 48-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, here we go.
They'll run it with Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Winston looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They'll run with Smith, and he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing is Bridgewater. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater gets this to his running back, Torrey Cohen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. The screen pass here to Cohen. And spins away. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
From the gun, Bridgewater. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Zoom. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Right now.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Flip it. Switch. Where do we go?
Now Winston. He's going to fire one deep over them. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what it is.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Mike, 53, Mike. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
To throw, Winston. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this 2nd half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the 1st half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go with Jones. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers, let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. To throw is Winston. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the... And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And his kick is indeed good, and their lead will swell up to 28. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Cohen. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And the box with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down.
53's the mic. 53's the mic. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Safety creek.
Here's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Tackles. Mike, 53.
They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
Ready. Black 22. Get him. Get him. Get him. Check 9.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. 30, past the 20. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears are in for 6. Extra point attempt to follow here. And that'll cut the lead down to 28.
Is good. Makes the score Buccaneers 38, Bears 10.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Ready. Blue ready. Cut. Say.
A first down carry for Smith. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Winston. Jones has it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 33. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Winston now. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Winston. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Enough takes to start you out a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line.
First down, Buccaneers.
Winston now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Throwing, Winston. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The Bucs try it on 4th down but come up empty. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
14 yards into Chicago, first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Winston, and this is caught by Evans. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. He's going to have the first down past the 20 as he'll take this up to the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Akers, and he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, D-type.
Winston here to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Ready, black 25. Watch the curl, watch the curls.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And he finds Howard complete. And he's got this down to the 35. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Jameis now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And the return will stop right around the 25. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. It's complete to Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
25, check 25, check 25.
One last shot now for Bridgewater. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. But this is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'd be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't they?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they